course, in leadership as well. Today being a Tuesday is a day where we also be of the name saying, and of course in relation to what is really happening in the country, because we don't want to have a situation where we are biased, bringing you information based on someone else's perspective. So we'll have our panelists with us here in studio this morning, and they'll be helping us understand. Also be joined by Moses Ayecho, who are young minds to this country aspiring to be great leaders in the future, and they'll be faring. Are we heading in the right direction? Are we heading in the wrong direction? Especially of that later on, because we have not had a chance to weigh in on our views on what that means for the country. The year 2027 general election, that is of course in relation to President William Ruto's election or re-election bid. Today being a Tuesday also, we'll talk about other issues that concern you. Last week right here in Kenyatta University, we had a graduation ceremony that brought together 2,336 graduates who are now graduates, who are already in the job market. Some of them have already received offers, and we had the first and second, the first female and the first male student receiving offers from various companies. So much happened. We shall also be doing a recap on what transpired during that day, because graduation set the foundation for careers, and right here we always focus on our careers. How best can we get in the job market? So those are coming up. You can also share with us comments, feedback, questions that can be directed to our guest on our Kenya, Facebook, and of course on Instagram as well. So that this is Biashara Tuesday, and the roads and traffic situation. All right, it is exactly 15 minutes past 7 a.m. and I'm looking at traffic in different parts of the capital, that is Nairobi. And from where we are in Kenyatta University along Thika Road, traffic seems to be moving slower from Allsops all the way to Pangani Interchange, affecting those coming from Kiambu Road. So if you're using a part of Thika Road from Allsops all the way to Pangani Interchange, you're going to be staying on the road for quite some time. Another area that I'm seeing really slow traffic is on the Eastern Bypass from Naiva Supermarket, coming back from Quickmart all the way to the Imara Shopping Mall. That is along that junction, that is as you join Mombasa Road. So if you are using the Eastern Bypass, you're also going to be staying on the road for quite some time. Of course, if you're using Mombasa Road, there are also traces of yellow and That means traffic is slower but moving not as is witnessed along Thika Road and the Eastern Bypass. Wale watu wanatoka kule juu Kitengela, traffic today is moving quite okay, but at different parts along Mombasa Road is where you're going to be having to slow down a little bit. We will not call it slow down because the traffic will be moving. And looking at other areas, wale wanatoka Rongai, your road looks quite okay as of 7:17 this morning. If you're coming from Lavington, Utawala, kule juu, kutoka Junction Mall, it's always a place where there is heavy traffic. But today the road looks quite clear. Around the roundabout, around center, if you're using that road also, you're going to be staying on the road on that specific point for quite some time. But if I look at other tributaries leading to Nairobi Central Business District, as of this hour, the traffic looks quite okay. So make haste before traffic gets intensely high later on, because it will get heavy later on during the day. Another place that we're always seeing traffic is if you're coming from Langata, areas around Douglas Waikiki Road, areas around Neo Stadium. If you're using that route as well, you're going to be staying on the road for quite some time. And that is of traffic as of 7. And of course, something that you should also expect around Globe Roundabout. If you're using that route, you'll be staying on that point for quite some time. That is on the traffic update. And taking a look at what the Kenya Met Department is telling us, because they've given us a weather update from the 21st to the 22nd of July 2026. They're saying rainfall is expected in some parts of Uasin Gishu, Kisumu, Kisii, Migori, Homa Bay, Nakuru, Narok, Kajiado, Kericho, Kakamega, Trans Nzoia, Busia, Bungoma, Vihiga, Bomet, Nyamira, Embu, Nyeri, and Nyandarua counties. So most of the counties, they will be expecting rainfall for the 2 days that the Kenya Met Department has mentioned, that is today and tomorrow. And in terms of intermittent, cool and cloudy conditions are expected in some parts of Embu, Kiambu, Kirinyaga, Laikipia, Meru, Murang'a, Nairobi, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Tharaka Nithi, Kitui, Machakos, Kajiado, and Makueni counties. That is intermittent cool temperatures. That means it will mostly be cloudy. So it won't be raining, but it will be cloudy. So that means that the sun won't be showing up. So you better carry yourself something to keep yourself warm. In terms of winds, strong southerly and southeasterly winds above 25 knots expected over parts of Marsabit, Isiolo, Mandera, Garissa, Wajir, Tana River, Mombasa, Kilifi, Lamu, and Kitui counties. So as far as the Kenya Met Department is concerned, areas around the Rift Valley, the Nyanza region, the Western region, and some parts of Embu, Nyeri, Nyandarua counties, they'll be receiving increased rainfall. Areas around the central part of the country, that is Nairobi, Kiambu, Machakos, they'll also be receiving intermittent cool temperatures. That means the temperatures are going to be cooler than we always expect. So stay tuned for the same. About the coastal regions and the northern part of the country are the regions that are going to be receiving quite warmer temperatures in the 2 days that have been mentioned. That is on the traffic and the weather update as of 7:20 a.m. this morning. It is 7:21. Time to take a look at what is shaping the world of news in terms of the newspapers headlines that we are having this morning. To set us off, we'll begin by the Bold newspaper. They call themselves the Bold newspaper. That is the Standard. They're talking of panic in the Rift Valley. And they're saying that the turnout in Olkalau did more than fill a vacant parliamentary seat. It shook the political bedrock of the Rift Valley for President William Ruto's inner circle. The by-election result has evolved from a single electoral upset into a political alarm. At the weekend, the president's allies, led by Head of Public Service Felix Koskei, rallied the Kalenjin community to register as voters in large numbers, warning that President Ruto faces what they described as a monumental threat. The message was unmistakable. Every new voter card will either reinforce their political base or strengthen the opposition, with the DCP showing the ground is no longer as solid as one, though the race to register, mobilize, and secure every vote has begun, turning the routine exercise of voter registration into a fast battleground in the run-up to 2027. That is in relation to what transpired last week. Remember, I said earlier that the meme circulating that you can buy anything except trusts, Olkalau, and some other things that were mentioned over there. So that has really threatened President William Ruto's re-election bid. And right now, the president is now moving to the Rift Valley region to secure the base, and we've seen various leaders allied to President William Ruto urging the members of the public in those regions to register as voters. That will be coming up. We shall dig deeper into that later on the newspaper review with our guest here in studio. The Daily Nation talks of a similar story. They're talking of untouchables, and this is in relation to the goonism that was witnessed during, before, during, and after the elections, or the Olkalau by-election. So we've seen number plates of vehicles that were used by this should I call them goons, or should I call them state machinery? I don't know the right word to use, but the people who were orchestrating violence during the by-elections, we have the number plates that are given. We have some of them, their faces have been identified, but then nothing has been done. So the question remains that, is the government unaware of the happenings of a country where someone can just get and pull out heavy machinery in public in broad daylight, and the government has no idea who that person is? If that is so, then how weak is our internal security? If at all the government knows, why are they not doing a thing in relation to apprehending them or getting them to face the full force of the law? That is on the Daily Nation. They're also talking of desperate students pose as orphans to get higher university scholarship. I believe if you went through campus and you got help, you probably did this, and you really downplayed your background, the school you went to, the abilities of your parents, in order to get just a little higher of the help. So that is a concern. It is now highlighted on the Daily Nation. They're talking of 55% students from the most vulnerable households receive their highest scholarships allocation, with the government paying more than half of their tuition cost and the balance topped up by loans. So students are now moving to present themselves as students from very humble backgrounds in order to get higher loans by the HELB board. And they're also, that story, you can always follow that on page 2 of the Daily Nation. Another story that is given prominence is the murder trial of the late teacher Albert Ojwang, who died in police custody. So the case has been opened, or it has begun in court. It began yesterday. So a lot is to be happening throughout the day in relation to the case. More evidence or analysis of the footage of the prison shall be analyzed today in relation to the same. So stay tuned for the same also. Another story that is given prominence is also on Gachagua to Kindiki's defense, that is matters politics. We shall be talking more of that later on during this coverage. And moving forward to the Business Daily. The Business Daily are talking of CK probes supermarkets over misleading price tags. I think you've also witnessed, you see maybe something is 340 shillings. When you get to payment, it's 440 shillings or something like that. So that is something that has been highlighted on the Business Daily. They're also talking of Kenya drops US farm plants, 4-lane Nairobi Mombasa Road. That is given prominence on the Business Daily. They're also talking of court rejects 438% interest in digital loan. They're also talking of deal maker Ken, owner of farm that brought Nabu capital. Those are stories that are given prominence on the Business Daily. Moving forward to the Financial Standard. The Financial Standard are talking of costly local loans, spike debt servicing to 862 billion. So this has been a question that has been so much in our newsrooms, and of course we've also tackled it here on Biashara Tuesday, the cost of servicing loans, and a bigger percentage of Kenyans right now are living on loans. You get your salary, it gets to paying back loans, and the cost has been higher. Of course, this is also something that can also is in relation to the same also is the government borrowing, the internal borrowing of the government, which reduces the chances of the locals or a Kenyan citizen getting the loan or competing for the loan with the Kenyan government. So that has also been a question when it comes to getting loans in the country. Moving forward to MyGov, they're talking of state disburses 3 billion for youth enterprises under Nyota Fund. Those are government projects that are given prominence on MyGov. Of course, MyGov is a pullout from the Star. You can always check it out for government tenders and advertisement on what the government has for you as a business person. So it is an important document if you're looking forward to getting to business with the government. The tenders are always listed on the MyGov magazine. Moving forward to the Star. The Star are talking of 100,000 teachers hired in 3 years, 16K jobs on way. This is in relation to teachers hiring in the country, and Kitui County is leading, followed by Kakamega, Bungoma, Nakuru, Machakos, Makueni, Homa Bay, Kisii, Meru, and Narok in that order. That is on the Star. In politics, they're talking of an East Grips Matiang'i camp as Gusii allies align with Edwin Sifuna. And we've seen leaders like Senator Nyonka who have been issuing comments that are kind of going against Matiang'i. So that is something that we should also be looking forward to, because in this country, whenever someone disagrees with another person, we say that it is sponsored. So we're yet to know if this is sponsored or it's just a different opinion based on the same. Remember, both of them are coming from the Gusii community, so it is really wanting to see great leaders or the one we consider big shots in a region opposing their own presidential candidate. That is on the Star. They're also talking of from Owino Uhuru Slum to the front lines of justice, Shipeta unfinished journey. They're also talking of Raila's traditional bases, feel the strain as ODM top leaders focus on Nyanza. That is on the Stand. Finally, Taifa Leo wanasema kwamba wahuni waheshimiwa in relation to what we saw on the Daily Nation. This is just in relation to what transpired in Ol Kalou before, during, and after the elections, where we had I don't know if I should call them goods. Let's just call them goods. Taifa Leo wanasema kwamba baadhi ya washukiwa wa uhuni hasa katika eneo bunge la Ol Kalou pamoja na magari yao ya kifahari wametajwa, ila vyombo vya usalama vimekaa kitako visichukue hatua yoyote ya kinidhamu dhidi yao. Wizara ya usalama na huduma ya polisi kwa hakika wana maswali ya kujibu. Hilo ni gazeti la Taifa Leo. Vile vile wanasema kwamba pigo la linda mwananchi kwa upinzani in relation to Sifuna's bid. Wanaongelea kesi ya Albert Ojwang, ambapo wanasema kwamba Albert Ojwang aliuawa akiwa kwa polisi. Hii ni kulingana na ripoti iliyotolewa na DPP. Vile vile wanasema kwamba Ruto arejea nyumbani kujitetea. Hii ni baada ya uchaguzi uliofanyika katika eneo bunge la Olkalau wiki iliyopita, ambapo chama cha DCP took a very early win with above 80% of the win. That is really worrying to a sitting president with all the resources still that could not be delivered. That is on Taifa Leo. Those are the newspapers that you are having this morning. At this point, I want us to take shaping the world of news.
Ninakukaribisha rasmi kwenye mitindo ya kipwani, kipindi kinachokuza utamaduni wa kipwani, nikikuletea mazungumzo ya moja kwa moja na wataalamu, vyakula vilivyopikwa na kukorombezwa, viungo mwake vya kipwani, ngoma zetu za asilia za Kimijikenda, bila kusahau tarabu na chakacha. Yaani wanawake Uswahilini watakuwa wakinengua na kuzungusha viuno kama panga boy za trekta ndani ya mitindo ya kipwani KUTV, ukiletewa moja kwa moja kutoka Salama Bling Beach Resort kila Jumamosi saa 10 jioni na Jumapili saa 4 usiku, ukiwa nami mtamu wako zaidi ya asali. Mimi naitwa Waridi Tamu. Mpenzi mtazamaji, usipitwe na matamu.
Mtazamaji popote ulipo, unapokuwa ukitazama Safina Show
inang'oananga sasa hivi. Ungana nami Albanas Mwania, nahodha wa Safina Show, nikutoe ng'ambo ya pili hadi ufuoni. Safina Show, sauti ya matumaini.
Welcome back. You are watching KUTV Rise Today. And right now I want us to take a look at what is shaping the world of news. To set us off, health workers across the country have officially commenced a nationwide strike, accusing both the national and county government failing to address their long-standing grievances, halting health services in various hospitals industrial action follows expiry of a 21-day strike notice. Intervention. Among the key demands that the union wants to be addressed include the implementation of improved terms of services, payment of universal health coverage workers into permanent and pensionable terms.
It is very unfortunate to come here and say because of neglect and inaction by our county governments and by extension the county governors who are the CEOs of those counties, health workers have started their strike today from midnight.
We urge the government to resolve the issue of the UHC. And this is a clear indication that the governors, or rather the Council of Governors, have failed to be able to manage health workforce in this country. And I want to say this for a record, that we'll actually be going to calling out. We want now the health services to be reverted back to the national government.
I'm here to tell Kenyans that for those who have patients in the public facilities need to seek alternative services.
Back here at home, the Department of Surgery and Orthopedics, in collaboration with the School of Health, a 5-day international faculty development program aimed at revolutionizing health education in the region, as Yvonne Kemuma now tells us in the following report.
SI marks a significant step in Kenyatta University's ongoing commitment to internalization of academic excellence.
Empower educators in health professions education across the globe, really, but specifically today in KU, to really empower them to upskill in areas of health professions education.
According to the department, the course represents a milestone in the university's pursuit of improved healthcare education.
We, when we go out there, we are dealing with the whole being. And so as much as you know so much about your area of specialization, you need to be deliberate about interacting with other disciplines, even beyond medicine. And I'm very happy that you're here with experts in public health, nursing, pharmacy, surgery. I mean, and I know you will continue to go beyond, because when you go out there, when students go out there, they're dealing with the whole being.
We nurture the capacities within, but also its collaboration within the whole school. So we have many departments represented, building that up. And in future, because we have other programs coming up where the departments support, they mount modules, they mount topics, units, and we all want to be on the same page.
The partnership with RCSI, a world-renowned institution for surgical training and medical education, provides Kenyatta University with access to global expertise. The 5-day workshop was designed to be highly interactive, employing modern techniques to model the very strategies the participants will use in their own classrooms and clinical settings.
When it comes to our collaboration, we have an Erasmus program, a mobility program between KU and RCSI. So the team from RCSI has already been here. Other members of our team visiting and learning how KU works, and then the team from KU was in Ireland already. So this is our third mobility, basically our third time, second time in KU, but counting in the Ireland visit.
Participants expressed enthusiasm about the transformative nature of the training.
As overall, what we want to have is learner-centric approach to education rather than a teacher-based approach.
The initiative is a key pillar in Kenyatta University's strategic plan to strengthen health professionals' education. By building the capacity of its faculty, the university aims to improve health outcomes not just in Kenya, but across the region.
Now, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has urged young people to reject violence, divisive politics and tribalism, emphasizing that no lives should be lost for political gain. Speaking at the official opening of the 21st Plenary Assembly of the Association of Members of Episcopal Conference in Eastern Africa at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa in Langata, Mudavadi insisted that politics is temporary. Vincent Karoli with the full details.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has called on young people to resist being manipulated by politicians into engaging in violence, divisive politics or ethnic conflict. Addressing Catholic bishops during the opening of the 21st Plenary Assembly of the Association of Member Episcopal Conferences in East Africa, Mudavadi encouraged the youth to embrace peace and exercise their democratic rights peacefully and responsibly.
I call upon our young people in Kenya and across the region to reject violence, divisive politics, and tribalism. No young and promising life should be sacrificed for political expedience. Elections will come and go, but our nation's unity, stability, and future must endure for generations to come.
Mudavadi also encouraged young people to embrace digital technology and harness artificial intelligence to create employment opportunities. He cautioned that the irresponsible use of social media could jeopardize their chances of securing visas, scholarships, and other educational opportunities abroad.
I encourage the youth to embrace digital technology and be our champions in AI innovation. Equally, I urge you to exercise personal responsibility online, ensuring that the social media activities safeguards rather than jeopardizes opportunities such as scholarships, visas, and employment.
Nairobi County Governor Johnson Sakaja, on the other hand, urged church leaders to continue spreading peace, condemning the politicians using youth to achieve their political scores.
We have a challenge today because many of these disillusioned young people, and I keep saying, the biggest security challenge in our region is not Al-Shabaab. It is not Al-Qaeda. It is millions of disillusioned, disengaged young people. And we've seen them being misused locally by politicians, by my colleagues, and many times even some of us are blamed. And we really must come strong as a church to bring back sanity and to stop that idea of goonism, political misuse of these young people. Let us give them hope. I'm very happy.
Archbishop of Nyeri, Archdiocese Anthony Muheria, also called for peace, stating that you should be ambassadors of peace and national unity. The call for peace, national unity, and responsible youth engagement continues to take center as the country prepares for the 2027 general polls. Vincent Karoli, KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, in other news, the Kenya Tourism Federation has reassured tourists and investors that Kenya remains a safe and attractive destination for tourism and investment, following remarks by former deputy not to invest in the country. And as Yvonne Shirisha reports, the Federation has warned that such statements undermines investor confidence and could have significant economic consequences for millions of Kenyans who depend on tourism sector.
The Kenya Tourism Federation has assured tourists and investors that Kenya remains open for business and investment, despite recent remarks by former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who urged investors to halt the investment in the country, citing recent national security concerns and claimed that the situation is unstable. The Federation emphasized that Kenya remains a safe and appealing hub for tourism and investment, adding that the tourism sector should not be affected by political difference or national political competition.
Ikiona pahali tunaelekea, mimi, it's my duty as a leader in this country to say, even our tourists, they are no longer safe in this country. There are just too many goons everywhere. And because hatutaki kuharibu utalii ya nchi hii, I want to call upon tourists to suspend their visit to Kenya until next year. Tumalizane na hii administration, we deal away with goons and rogue policemen, then ndio mkuje.
The federation stated that tourists visit Kenya for its wildlife, coastal beaches, culture, hospitality, sporting events, and international conferences, not because of the country's politics. It warned that building Kenya's reputation as a premium tourism destination takes many years but can be damaged quickly through negative perceptions. As political debate continues, the Kenya Tourism Federation has reminded leaders that politics is temporary, but Kenya standing as a global tourism and investment destination is a valuable national asset that must be protected at all costs. Yvonne Shirisha, KUTV.
Orange Democratic Movement youth leaders in Kilifi County are now calling on the government to take firm action against those who are using young people to spread violence and disrupt political gatherings. Speaking in Kilifi County, the youth leaders have raised concerns over the rising culture of goonism, using goons as the country head towards the 2027 general election. Fatma Munyihamisi reports.
Kilifi County, led by Orange Democratic Movement Youth Secretary Naftali Omondi and People's Watchman Joseph Chipa, have condemned individuals who alleged larry youth with money and weapons to cause chaos at political meetings.
There are rising situations of goonism and militarized youths under the watch of the police, and they are militarizing our people. They are terrorizing our societies, our political organizations, our political rallies, and this is quite uncalled for. We are calling for our political players, our politicians and our leaders, please stop using our youths, because you go there, pick very innocent youths, arm them to the teeth to destroy the very properties of this our nation.
Joseph Chipa urged young people not to allow themselves to be used as political tools, saying many end up in prison while the politician who incited them walk free.
It is rather unfortunate that we are getting into a culture that is actually unsustainable. A culture of goonism does not have space in a democracy like ours. And mine is just to appeal to young people that this country belongs to you. Look at the bigger picture. Don't be used by politicians whose currency is only violence, because that one is not sustainable. We need to build a culture of sharing ideas.
Kilifi Senator Stewart Madzayo also strongly condemned the rising gang culture in the country, saying it threatens peace and security as the 2027 general election approaches. Madzayo called on Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja and Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen to take immediate action to end goonism in Kenya.
We are heading for 2027 elections. We don't want goons to run around. Goons should be put to an end by all means necessary. And I don't think it's fair for anybody, including the IG, to allow his police officers to watch goons doing mayhem to the Kenyans and they're not taking any action. Then he should be the one to be held responsible also. So I'm calling upon my brother, the Interior Minister, Murkomen, and the IG. He should not be the Inspector General of Police if he behaves like that.
The leaders further urged politicians to stop exploiting youth for political gain and instead to focus on creating job opportunities and implementing development projects that will secure a better future for youth. Fatma Munyamisi, KUTV.
Now we are taking a very short break. More news update.
A world where you are empowered to take charge of your health, where you are well informed about the latest advancements in healthcare and understand the policies that impact your well-being. Get ready to take charge of matters your health as we bring you a blend of weekly health features that engage professionals from across various medical fields.
When do you decide as a patient, do I need to go see the doctor? We are at a stage where we are seeing all this manner of chronic illnesses and we wait until we get a disease and then is when we go ahead.
From the most mundane to the complexities that perhaps seem overwhelming, we got you covered.
In terms of the factors that might be attributed, there are hereditary factors that means it could be genetic, so that's one factor. But there are other factors as well, like nutritional deficiencies. So some vitamins, such as folate, have been identified to be a factor in those. So
our mission is to break down intricate health topics into understandable and actionable insights. Join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Wednesday 9 p.m. on KUTV's News at 9, where your health is our priority.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mokwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu umwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia,
They find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated,
Inclusive setups.
by providing the right facilities.
Msana lugha. Lugha ni zaidi ya maneno. Ndio maana sisi Waswahili kila siku tunaitumia kazini, mitaani, kwenye mapenzi na katika jamii. Jiunge nami Padironga kila Jumapili katika Mawimbi ya Lugha, tukichambua Kiswahili kwa undani, maana yake, mabadiliko yake na nafasi yake katika maisha yetu. Kutoka utambulisho, mapenzi hadi mustakabali wa lugha yetu. Mawimbi ya Lugha kila Jumapili, usikose saa 2.
Wanasema kula uhondo kwa taka matendo, na bila shaka matendo yake yakazaa uhondo. Bidii na panda shuka zake zikamfanya awe mwanga wa dunia.
Pauline Care ni mwalimu wa walimu. Nilijua nilikuwa ninataka kufanya kwa mochari.
Nilijitolea kimasomaso, nikasema manake nimeenda shule kama wenzangu wa kiume, nitafanya kazi kadri na uwezo wangu.
Inafika mahali ile game yenye umesema hiyo ndio naenda ku give up na uachane na boxing, ndio unapata WBC.
Fahamu mwanamke huyu kwa utendeti zaidi ukitazama kipindi cha Mwanamke Mwake Mwake. Kila Jumatano saa 2:30 usiku, ukiwa nami Caroline Kimwele.
I'm going for the tall one. His legs look perfect for a good itch.
I don't know. I think I have a fever and I don't have any energy.
Yeah, like there's a war going on inside me.
It has to be the pond. Ponds, rivers, and we will keep snails inside them to show how people get sick. Yeah. And we'll add pictures of safe water too.
Unsafe, don't jump inside. Stay safe and let adults guide. Snails bring danger, don't you see? Safe water keeps you healthy. Bilharzia free.
Welcome back. You are watching KUTV Biashara Tuesday, and moving forward with our news update this morning. The Kenya Ports Authority employees will receive a government bonus after KP exceeds its performance targets during the 2025-2026 financial year. The Dock Workers Union has officials welcomed the incentive approved following President William Ruto's directive to recognize workers for improving port efficiency. KUTV's Faith Petra unpacked the bonuses KPA employees are set to receive for the job well done.
The Kenya Ports Authority employees are set to receive a bonus following their strong performance during their 2025-2026 financial year. Speaking in Mombasa, Dock Workers Union officials say the government's decision is based on improved operations at the ports of Mombasa, Lamu and Kisumu that have strengthened Kenya's maritime sector.
Through discipline, customer focus, digitization, acquisition of modern equipment, robust marketing strategies, staff training and motivation, and managerial policies. All the above measures have significantly contributing to an increase in cargo volume, shorter ships turnarounds, shorter container dwell times, and a decrease in congestion, making Mombasa, Lamu, Kisumu ports of choice.
KPA handled a record of 2.24 million 20-foot equivalent units during the financial year. Investment in modern equipment, digitalized operations, staff training and expanded port infrastructure has reduced congestion, improved customer service and improved cargo movements.
On the outstanding achievement of recording 2.24 million TEUs in 2025-2026 financial year. In recognition of this remarkable achievement, and upon the directive of His Excellency the President William Ruto, the government approved bonus payment for all KPA employees after they had met the government set target.
Despite disruptions in global shipping caused by insecurity in the Red Sea and tensions in the Middle East, KPA has maintained reliable services. Improvements at the ports of Lamu and Kisumu have also expanded business opportunities.
His leadership style, experience, professionalism have put KPA ahead of its competitors, making it more resilient and dynamic in the face of global challenges, including the Red Sea crisis and the current Middle East tensions. Due to Captain Ruto's relentless efforts aimed at expanding port infrastructure and operations to increase trade volumes and create more job opportunities, Lamu and Kisumu ports are now doing better under his leadership, unlike before.
The authority is now focusing on expanding infrastructure, strengthening inland transport connections, and embracing international best practices to sustain growth. Increased use of inland waterways is expected to boost regional trade and position Kenya as East Africa's leading maritime getaway.
They are going to use Lake Victoria as far as lake transportation is concerned. And this is coming because of our able managing director, Captain Ruto, assisted by the able Cabinet Secretary for Transport, David Chirchir, and given full authority by our beloved President, Dr. William Ruto.
The government's reward marks a milestone for KPA as continued investment, innovation and improved efficiency strengthen the country's ports, drive regional trade and create more opportunities for economic growth. Petra Faith, KUTV.
Now let's get a little bit of politics, where political and community leaders in Dabab in Garissa County have urged residents to maintain peaceful campaigns ahead of the 2027 general election. Milka Thoya reports on a day that leaders have issued a stern warning that hate speech and politics of division could create security gaps that may be exploited by Al-Shabaab militants.
In Dadaab, Garissa County, religious leaders have appealed to residents to uphold peace and unity throughout the political campaign period ahead of the 2027 general election.
We want to also urge our politicians, they should not alter anything that's going to incite the people. We want a peaceful election and campaign to the people. Number two, we also request the government, as they have earlier promised, from the last, term of Dr. Tahir, they've assured us that the road from Modika to Liboy or Harhar will be tarmac. That's more than 3-4 years. They have not done that.
Dadaab parliamentary aspirant Abdihair Dubo urged residents to continue working closely with security agencies throughout the campaign period, cautioning that political rallies and public gatherings could provide opportunities for Al-Shabaab militants to stage attacks. The leaders appealed to the president to fast-track key development projects, particularly tarmacking the Modaka-Dadaab-Liboy road, which they described as vital to the region's economy.
I also request His Excellency to help us develop the road from Modika to Harhar is because of security. We have lost the life of our very able security team, who have done an amazing job, who have kept this border very safe, who have made us feel comfortable wherever we can work, we can move, we can do everything. Once we don't have that, we cannot do anything. So I will want to also argue that Kenyans who are in the borders and around, we are going to an election, everybody is going to be busy. I kindly request every Kenyan to support the security apparatus.
Detu MCA Adan Hassan Odoa called on politicians to reject clan-based politics, saying elections are temporary but community unity must endure. The leaders also renewed call for the reopening of the Kenya-Somali border, arguing that it will enhance cross-border trade and improve the livelihood of residents.
Kitu ambayo inatatiza maendeleo katika mkoa hii ama kaunti hii ni usalama. Mara mingi unajua, kwa hii barabara ya kwenda Dadaab tulikuwa na mpunduzi ama IDs ilifanyika mara kadhaa. Tunaomba serikali iharakishe hiyo barabara itengenezwe mara moja, vile Rais Mheshimiwa William Ruto aliahidi. Jambo lingine ni tunaomba rais afungue border.
The leaders maintain that peace, security and development must take precedence over political differences, saying this will be key to ensuring that Dadaab remains stable as the country prepares for the 2027 general elections. Milka Thoya, KUTV.
Now, the government has urged Kenyans to remain calm and allow due process following allegations of rape in Olkalau, Nyandarua County, calling on anyone with credible evidence to report it to the law enforcement agencies for thorough investigations and appropriate legal action. Government spokesperson Isaac Maura cautioned against spreading unverified claims or inciting the public, emphasizing those investigative agencies should be allowed to independently execute their constitutional mandate while safeguarding peace and public order.
Kama kuna mtu yoyote ambaye ameadhiriwa na ule ubakaji, basi ajitokeze, lakini sio vizuri kwa viongozi wa kisiasa kutumia njia hiyo ili kuweza kupandisha hamaki kuu kwa wananchi kwa visingizio. Kwa sababu kama kuna ubakaji, basi mtu ambaye amebakwa ajulikane ndio huyu na alibakwa na nani, kwa sababu sheria ya mambo hayo ya Sexual Offences Act ya mwaka 2006 ipo na kuna adhabu kali, lakini sio kusema tu mambo, unapatiana takwimu lakini hakuna kudhibitisha. Hilo sio jambo ambalo ni nzuri zaidi. Nafikiri hata wale ambao wamepatikana wakifanya njama za kiuhuni na mmewashika nyinyi kama vyombo vya habari, basi uwe ushahidi. Kama uko polisi watachukulia, upeleka kwenye polisi, wachukue hatua kwa wale ambao wameonekana wakifanya ule uhuni. A situation where some people are saying, oh no, we need to isolate this region, we need to isolate that region. especially people from the Mount Kenya region. And you're saying, this is our government. That is why we have the highest number of CSs and PSs and even appointees in government, including myself as a government spokesman. So if there is anything that maybe may have gone wrong, or people feel disgruntled, or something that they felt that has not yet gone their way, let's talk. Let's negotiate. Let's try to walk the journey together. It's very important. We cannot have a situation where some people are saying, "Oh, we go to the opposition and whatever." No.
Now, political leaders from the Coast region have been urged to support President William Ruto's 2027 re-election bid to secure continued development in the region. Political advisor in the office of the president, Karisa Nzai, made an appeal during a meeting with UDA grassroots leaders in Jomvu, Mombasa County, saying that political unity is necessary to strengthen the coast bargaining power, attract government investment, and ensure ongoing projects are completed, insisting that divisions among leaders could slow economic growth.
Wa eneo la pwani tunapaswa kuwa sauti moja, na waomba tukue kama sauti moja. Hii pwani nzima yote iko na watu ambao wanajielewa, na mimi nawaomba viongozi wenzangu wote mahali popote na kila mahali tuweke amani na tuhakikishe William Samoei Ruto tunamrudisha kwa nguvu kwa yale ambayo ametuonesha na ametufanyia hapa, kwa sababu mgala muue na haki yake umpe. Pia tunashukuru kwa yale ambayo yametokea kwa wale Kalau. Si ilikuwa ni democracy jamani? Hii democracy, kwani mlikuwa mnataka democracy iwe kivipi? Mlikuwa mnataka UDA ishinde ndio yaambiwe imeiba? Kama UDA imeshindwa, hiyo ni kumaanisha sisi tuna demokrasia, tunakubali kushindwa, na asiyekubali kushindwa yeye si mshindani.
All right, now that brings us to the end of our news update this morning. Coming up next is a feature, of course, how to strengthen the sports industry in the country. That will be coming up shortly after the break.
Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emmanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome.
Ari na fahari ninayo kukujuza habari, sio mara moja wala mara mbili, bali siku zote. Daima dawamu runinga ya KU inazama na kuzuka, kuanzia mwambao hadi mashinani. Tunachimba mizizi ya habari kukuletea yanayojiri. Na katika ulingo wa kisiasa, tunachambua mbivu na mbichi, tukiweka yote paruanja yanayokuhusu wewe katika jamii. Mtazamaji, una kipaji cha kuvikwa taji? Bila shaka runinga ya KU tutakuvika taji, na wala sio kilemba cha ukoka, tukiangazia kipaji chako. Usikose kuungana nami na odha wako wa Kidakasim kila siku ya Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa, tukiweka yote paruanja. Daima ukiwa nami ni Nadra Chombo, kuenda mrama. kila safari huanza kwa hatua moja. Bila shaka, dira ya Boresha Kilimo sasa imepata sura mpya. Boresha Kilimo si kipindi tu, bali ni darasa la vitendo kwa wakulima. Lengo kuu, mavuno bora na tija kwa jamii. Na ukikaa nasi basi utaboresha kilimo. Hapa tutakupakulia maarifa atakotia ladha ya kisukari kwenye mazao yako, tukitofautisha punje na mpunga. Kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha. Kuanzia maandalizi ya shamba, mbinu za teknolojia ya kisasa hadi sokoni, usikose kutazama Boresha Kilimo. Ukitaka kujua haya usipime kipimo. Ungana nami na nahodha wako Akida Kasim kila siku ya Jumamosi saa 6:30 mchana na Jumanne asubuhi, nikikuletea shajara kamili za wakulima na suluhisho mashinani. Kilimo ni nguzo kubwa kwa ujenzi wa taifa, kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha. Kumbuka, ukipanda pantosha utavuna pankwisha.
We know life gets busy, but your well-being is of great importance. At KUTV's Focus on Health, we cut through the clutter, bringing you expert advice to keep you well informed for your well-being and that of your family. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m., join me, Yvonne Kemuma, as we bring you health and wellness right at home.
Hi, my name is Stella Tioi.
Jina langu naitwa Okemwa Mukwa James.
This is Mandela Gaya.
Ugonjwa ulipokuja ulichukua siku 3 ukaniweka in coma. 20 wamezikwa, 2 ndio wako hai.
I don't even know how it feels to see.
I feel like I cannot express myself well the way somebody who can walk can actually express themselves.
Ilichukua muda mwingi mrefu tena mpana ili kuikubali kwamba mimi siwezi tembea tena.
I've come to actually accept myself.
Ukijaribu kumsimamisha mtu mwambie tafadhali nionyeshe njia.
They find it quite strange talking to you.
You should just make schools integrated.
Inclusive setups.
By providing the right facilities.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kemuma, every Monday, 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
To 360 degrees from every angle, nothing is left out.
So, the world is currently obsessed. We have the World Cup tournaments, right? Everyone is talking about the multi-million-dollar contracts, the VAR systems, grass that has been groomed to perfection, and kits that cost more than my 10-year rent. But let's be honest for a second. That's not the kind of football we grew up with here in Kenya. I'm talking about the real game. I'm talking about the game played in the dust, the game that is played in whatever empty space you could find. Ikwe kwa sewage, ikwe katikati ya milango mbili, ama ikwe kwa grao ya mchanga. I'm talking about the indestructible, the legendary mpira wa karatasi, or better still, the paper league. They say that football is the world's most popular game, but I have found out that the rules aren't written in a FIFA handbook. The rules are written by us in the dust. There were certain rules of the mpira wa karatasi, and the first rule was mwenye ameleta hii ball ndo alikuwa Infantino. Yeye ndo alikuwa kusema, yeye ndo alikuwa ref, yeye ndo alikuwa kila kitu. Hangeambiwa kitu yoyote. Na the bad thing ilikuwa akisikia njaa na mko katikati ya game, hiyo game ilikuwa inaisha. Ama akitwa na mamake ama mumkasirishe, hiyo game ndo ilikuwa inaishanga hivyo.
The second infamous rule was mwenye ball hakuna kukanyanga ball isipokuwa mwenye ball ama mtu wao ama brother yake mdogo ama kazini yake, but wewe mwingine unaenda home.
Kwenye nimegrow Githurai 44, Githurai 45 na Mathare. Kwa hii game, mastrikers wote walikuwa na majina fani. Wetu kwanza ule mfamous alikuwa anaitangwa Kadwaro. Na huyo mwingine mfamous alikuwa anaitwa Ousuku.
Hiyo rule nyingine ni usiache ball iguze maji. Hii ball ilivunjike mguu lakini naye siingie kwa maji, mingie kwa mtaro. Jikiingia unaenda tu home. Labda uko mwenye ball ama uko na hiyo privilege ya kuwa brother ya mwenye ball.
Kwa hii game hakukuwa na scoreline. Watu tulikuwa tunafungana hadi 45 kwa 45, hata goals zilikuwa zinafika 90.
Mwenye ball ndo alikuwa referee, the ultimate referee. Akisema umepigwa red card, yeye ndo atadecide utakaa nje dakika ngapi na utarudi after how long.
Kwa hii game hakukuwa na 90 minute rule. Hii game ulikuwa tu tunacheza mpaka usiku ama hadi mamako akuite. So ulikuwa una make sure kabla utoke home umeosha vyombo, umeosha nyumba ama umeenda soko ndo mamako asikukatie.
Another rule ilikuwa mwenye anakaa like kuna player who is neutral. Huyu alikuanga either amekaa game kishaanza ama kuna mnoma amekaa so ikabidi na huyu ajue kucheza kwa neutral. So alikuwa anafunga mahali goal post iko karibu na like kama kwa karibu na goal post anafunga huko, kama kwa huku anafunga na huku.
Kwa hii game pia sijui kama mta enyu ilikuwa kama mta yetu, but wenye ball always walikuwa wanono na wakuwa wanajuanga kucheza ball. So ndo apate hiyo privilege ya kucheza ball na anakuja na hii ball ndo aingie kwa game.
The other famous rule was hakuna kucheza na viatu. Mwenye alikuwa anacheza na viatu alikuwa one mwenye ball ama brother ya mwenye ball ama kazini ya mwenye ball peke yake wenye wako loud. Ni wengine mgutu.
Hakukuwa kucheza na viatu sababu tungepeana ma injuries na huko ni mtaani. Kila mtu anaishi maisha ya chini kidogo, so hatunge afford hiyo. Sijui kama mtaa yenu watu walikuwa wanacheza na viatu. Unaweza kutuambia kwa comment section.
Kuna rule nyingine ya mwenye ball ndo alikuwa na decide. Unaona kama saa hii si penalty ni ukishika ball na wewe si goalkeeper kwa yard yao. But sasa yeye angesema ipigwe kama free kick, ndo alikuwa na decide mali penalty spot liko kama ni kwao. Lakini kama ni kwenye the opposite side inapigwa karibu na goal post, kwa tunapima 6 steps, lakini kama ni ya mwenye ball inapimwa 12 steps.
So partly nimegrow pia Uganda, uko ushago na kuna hii ball pia huko. So I guess hii ball maybe kwa Afrika yote, si Kenya peke yake, lakini Kenya hii ndio tunajua vizuri tukigrow. Kuna zile mtaa yenye imekipi nini hii tradition ya hii ball going, they have not forgotten this. Kuna hizi mitaa kama Githurai, mtaa yangu, people have even begun businesses of making this ball at 150 shillings. From the artistic flair of Joe Kadenge to the precision of Origi and the unwavering strength of Musa Otieno, these legends prove that greatness isn't found in a factory-made ball, but in the heart of a child who builds their own. They are the ultimate graduates of our paper league. And football imefungulia watu wengi businesses. Talk of Dennis Oliech. We have the Mama Oliech restaurant in Nairobi ambayo inauza samaki. This is the restaurant that Dennis Oliech opened for his mother. It is a hotel that has hosted so many big names, and it has created job opportunities to so many young families in Kenya.
In the streets of Portugal, we find a young man where their family lived in extreme poverty, but through him wameweza kuwajengea, ameweza kuwapatia life yenye hawakuwa wanaishi. Na that young man ni mtu anaitwa Ronaldo Cristiano. Do you know Ronaldo? His mother was even to bought him because of the extreme poverty. But because of football, he is the richest among his siblings, and he is the one taking care of his mother. So it's through this ball that has enabled that family to grow financially and even to become a very big family that everyone talks about it.
Football has also created so many opportunities for children living in abject poverty, especially here in Africa. Kuna wale players wakubwa huko Europe huwa wana support education ya watoto huko Afrika. Football has created so many job opportunities for people wenye wange end up kukua kwa streets ama wange end up kufanya vitu mbaya kwa maisha yao.
Unaona kama hii World Cup, if ingeletwa Kenya, the amount of businesses zenye zinge grow ama zenye zinge erupt ama zenye zinge tokea hiyo time zingekuwa nyingi, because if for a stadium to host a football game, they have to be fans wanaleta financial power because wanakuja kununua vitu, watalala, then kuna hizo services zitaprovidiwa, kuna photography services. So through the football world ime create so many small other businesses zenye kama si football azingewahi. Hata ku create your stadium, the contractor, it's a business. Kuna mtu wako hapo analisha familia yake through the construction. Watu wa mjengo ni watatumika kujenga. It's still a business yenye itasaidia umse mwenye wanaka mjengo kulea familia yake through the amount of wages atalipwa.
Not to forget in our paper league. In this mpira wa karatasi, most of the time during the weekends, kuna hii kitu tulikuwa tunaita tona. Na ndio ucheze tona, everyone alikuwa na contribute a certain amount of money. And that money was collected at the end of the day, and it was used to buy more football kits for the children, ama ingesaidia kwa kile chochote hapo mtaani.
Unaona, this big business, these big footballers, they have so many businesses, like people like Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, they have these hotels. And you see, akifungua hoteli ataajiri watu, akiajiri watu, that's a business. And like hata mwenye atakuwa na provide services, si lazima kwa hoteli watu wakule sijui nini pia hizo like lazima. So it's through the football that has enabled even those businesses, those small za ku provide services, sijui kuosha curtains kwa hizo mahoteli zao. Then hata watu even Kenyans, there are people like Olunga. Even Olunga has employed people ama has created businesses kutokana na ile pesa yenye anapata, so anaileta back to the country. Na unajua kitaksiwa, the government is getting revenue from his taxes of his businesses. People like Olunga in Kenya has created an academy called I think it's Mufa. That academy has has created small businesses zenye zinaifacilitate endi ikwe maliko juu sahii I think wanacheza ni Super League or something wako karibu tu kidogo tu wafike national level. Na sasa unaona kuna mwenye anawapatia transport, unaona sahii support transport sector, kuna mwenye anawapatia like hizo ma viatu, ma balls. So through for the football, it has enabled him to create a business empire that it supports support the other small businesses. So it's through the football that we once grew knowing has created so many job opportunities, has created so many business sectors that help us in our economic life.
I was your host, Madanji Alwanga.
I'm Malon Mushiri, a sport analyst and a diehard fan of Real Madrid.
And this was 360 degrees
from every angle, nothing is left out.
All right, now that has been a way of promoting sports or physical activity amongst young people. Like I said before, last week we had the 59th graduation ceremony happening at Kenyatta University, and the first male student, the first female student got their bumpers during the celebration. Right now, I want us to take a look at what transpired during the event, what we had to listen to, or what we got inspired from our gifters, and also the management. We also had the Cabinet Secretary for Education also joined us. We also listened from him right now.
Secretary, this graduation is very unique in that for the first time we have two firms that have expressed their interest to honor our two best graduates. And these are the National Bank of Kenya and the TVS Motor Company. Let's give them a clap. So, Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me now to invite Mr. Pradeep Chaurasia to read a statement, and thereafter he'll be followed by Ms. Sylvia Mwai, representing the National Bank of Kenya, to read a statement, and thereafter award the rewards. Thank you very much. Karibu.
Mr. Chancellor, management, team of Kenya University, distinguished guests, students, proud parents and guardians. On behalf of TVS Motor Company, it is a great honor as we celebrate 59th graduation ceremony at Kenyatta University. We at TVS Motor Company, being the third largest two-wheeler brand in the globe, we are committed to empower all the young students like you by providing the opportunity to pursue your chosen career. We are running the program to build a local talent in Kenya. And on the same journey, we thank you, Kenyatta University team, for partnering with us as we continue to build our talent in this beautiful country, Kenya. As a token of appreciation to our top performing male and female student, Ms. Faith and Mr. Junior Musigoyo, we are happy to reward one of our most performing motorcycle TVS Apache RTR 180 today on this occasion. And also, I take the opportunity to offer all the graduates today, we will be providing a very special pricing and very special services whoever wants to buy a motorcycle or scooter. We thank you, Kenyatta University, for giving this opportunity, for partnering with us. And once again, thank you very much, and congratulations to all the graduates today, and all the best for your future and whatever profession you choose. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, the Ministry of Education, led by the CS, members of council, management of Kenyatta University, parents, guests, and most importantly, the graduates. Good morning. On behalf of National Bank, I wish to extend a heartfelt congratulations to all the graduates today on reaching this very important milestone in your education journey. This journey has been a culmination of a lot of hard work over the years, a lot of resilience, I'm sure a lot of determination and late nights, and it is your day to truly celebrate. National Bank is no new partner to Kenyatta University and many other universities in this country. We are honored to have worked over the years with the higher education sector, and it is truly an honor to be here today to celebrate with you. We celebrate your excellence and are happy to support the next generation of leaders as we have over the decades. Today, NBK is honored to join the management of Kenyatta University and also the council and all members involved in this great event to support the two outstanding graduates. That's the top female graduate, Ms. Faith Cherotich Kimutai, and the top male graduate, Mr. Junior Musigoe. Faith and Junior, your exceptional achievements are a testament to your dedication, your discipline, and your pursuit for excellence. You have set a remarkable example for your peers and embodied leadership for what is needed in this country in the future and in the nation as a whole. Today, we are very proud to be here to celebrate with you and to also honor the work that you have put together. So congratulations once again to the two individuals and also to the class of 2026 graduating today. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, representative from TVS Motor Company and National Bank of Kenya. Mr. Chancellor, sir, allow me now to invite Faith and Junior to take up their position to receive the award, and also allow me to invite the Chancellor, the Chairperson of Council, and the Acting Vice Chancellor to witness the award. Please join them.
At this point, we shall invite Ms. Sylvia Mwai to come forward from the National Bank of Kenya to come forward and present the awards from the National Bank of Kenya to Ms. Faith and Mr. Junior for their great accomplishment. Please let's give them a nice round of applause. Shall award the first one to Faith. Faith. Congratulations. Congratulations. And the second one to junior. Second one to junior. A round of applause, please, as they receive
Tumshangilie,
their award.
hongera sana.
We shall request all of them to stand and take a nice photo. All the awardees, please stand together.
Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Thank you. All smiles. Congratulations and congratulations. Thank you very much. We shall request the representatives from National Bank to kindly take their seats, and we shall invite Mr. Pradeep Chaurasia from TVS to come forward and present the awards to the two recipients. We shall start the awards with junior this time. Junior. Yes. Please look at the cameras. Great. Thank you very much. Makofi tafadhali. Makofi tafadhali. Thank you very much. And the second one to Miss Faith.
Let's celebrate.
Congratulations. Congratulations. A nice round of applause. And we shall all stand together to take the picture. I will now humbly request our Chancellor, our Chair of Council, together with our Acting Vice Chancellor, to please take their seats. And we shall request the representatives from TVS, together with the awardees, to come forward and take a look at their new TVS Apache motorbikes. They can take a look at them, admire them for now, and they will receive them at a later date. Congratulations. A nice round of applause for the two top students at Kenyatta University. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A very quick photo there. Very quick photo. Thank you.
Come on now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good time.
Excellent. Another nice round of applause for them as we finish this ceremony. Thank you very much. And I humbly return the program back to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic. Thank you very much.
Invite the Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor John Okumu, to give his address. Thank you.
Chancellor, sir, allow me to recognize a few individuals in our midst. Our CS, Honorable Julius Ogamba, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Ambassador Dr. Francis Mudaura, Chancellor Kenyatta University, Professor Clara Momanyi, Chairperson of Council, Kenyatta University. Professor Bozire Monari, Chair of Council, University of Kabianga. Dr. Dina Mwinzi, Chairperson of Council, Mama Ngina University College. Chairperson of Council, Rongo University, Dr. Catherine Wangeshi. Vice Chancellor, Masai Mara University, Professor Penina Lo-Butho. Professor Joyce Agalo, Vice Chancellor, Machakos University. Professor Sipora Nganga, Principal, Mama Ngina University College. Professor Michael Bowen, representing Professor Laban Airo, Vice Chancellor, Daystar University. Professor Richard Mwanza, representing Professor Isaac Kibuage, Vice Chancellor, Egerton University. Peter Bukhala, representing Professor Solomon Shibairo, Vice Chancellor, Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. Professor Paul Ntakanyo, representing Professor Daniel Mugendi, Vice Chancellor, University of Embu. Professor Gilbert Nduru, representing Professor Henry Mutembei, Vice Chancellor, Chuka University. Professor Damiana Kieti, representing Professor Isaiah Wakindiki, Vice Chancellor, KCA University. Professor Paul K. Wainaina, our immediate former Vice Chancellor, Kenyatta University. Ms. Christine Were, Digital Health and Data Specialist, our alumnus guest speaker who has just talked to us. Commissioner Anseta Wafuko, representing Dr. Jamlek Muturi, Chairman, Teacher Service Commission. Patrick Ikiara, Chairperson, Kenyatta University Alumni Association Interim Board and Corporate Relationship Manager, Institutional Banking, National Bank of Kenya, Head Office. Mr. Kelvin Oliver Musibi, Organizing Secretary, Kenyatta University Alumni Association, Interim Board, National Bank of Kenya, Head Office. Ms. Virginia Karanja, Branch Manager, National Bank, Kenyatta University Branch. Dr. Philip Ouma, representing Mr. Mohammed Amin, Director General, Director of Criminal Investigation. Mr. Francis Gichangi, Head of Intelligence, Internal Affairs Unit. Dr. Patience Awopega, UNESCO Group. Fedal Sherazade, representing Ms. Louis Hastenson, Regional Director, UNESCO Regional Office in Eastern Africa. Maureen Chepngeno, Lead ESD, representing Ms. Sibo, LED ESD Change Project Lead. Caroline Walhen, UNESCO ESARO. That's the end of my list, Mr. Chancellor Sir. Allow me now to make my remarks. The Chancellor, Kenyatta University, Ambassador Francis Mudhaura, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Honorable Julius Ogamba, Dr. Beatrice Inyangala, Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, represented in this ceremony by Ms. Aprina Shikoli, Principal State Counsel in the State Department for Higher Education, Professor Saukat Abdulrazak, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Science, Research and Innovation, represented here by Ms. Stella Langat, Secretary Administration, Chairperson, Kenyatta University Council, Professor Clara Momanyi, chairpersons of councils and members of councils of other universities present, members of the Kenyatta University Council present, chancellors, vice chancellors of other universities present, principals of constituent colleges present, members of the Kenyatta University Management Board and the Senate, the alumni guest speaker, Christine Were, Kenyatta alumni present, university alumni present, parents, guardians, Kenyatta University staff, students present, esteemed graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 59th graduation ceremony of Kenyatta University. Today marks a defining milestone in the lives of our graduates. This occasion represents the culmination of years of hard work and commitment to learning. It's also a proud moment for parents, guardians, and families, faculty, and all those who have supported our graduates throughout their academic journey, characterized by diligence, resilience, and unwavering pursuit of knowledge. To our graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. I am sure that each of you has a story to tell about the journey that has brought you to this moment. Mr. Chancellor, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report that the University Senate has certified that all the 2,336 graduates assembled here today have met all the requirements for the respective conferment and awards as categorized below. 76 doctoral degrees, 551 master's degrees, 1,585 bachelor's degrees, 14 postgraduate diplomas, 102 diplomas, 8 certificates. Mr. Chancellor, sir, the theme of this graduation ceremony is youth engagement for co-creation of inclusive education. This theme merits careful reflection because it speaks directly to the future of education and to the role of young people in shaping it. For many years, education systems around the world have tended to view learners primarily as recipients of knowledge. However, realities of the 21st century demand a different approach. Young people are not passive consumers of education, they are active partners in the educational process. They possess ideas, experiences, creativity, and insights that can reach teaching, learning, and research. Co-creation of inclusive education means giving students a meaningful voice in matters that affect their learning. This implies creating opportunities for them to contribute to the design of programs, participate in decision-making, and help shape learning environments that are relevant, responsive, and accessible to all. This conversation becomes even more urgent in the era of generative artificial intelligence technologies, which are transforming how knowledge is produced, assessed, and shared. While these technologies offer tremendous opportunities for learning, innovation, and productivity, they also present significant challenges if used irresponsibly. AI can undermine the development of critical thinking, problem solving, and other fundamental cognitive skills. I'm happy to note that the university has developed a comprehensive AI policy that reflects the collective input of broad and representative stakeholder base and addresses the university's institutional needs while incorporating industry best practices. The policy is scheduled for consideration by University Management Board before being submitted to Council for approval and signing. Distinguished guests, teaching, research, innovation, and community service remains the enduring pillars of Kenyatta University's mission. Guided by our strategic and vision plan, 2023-2027, we are steadily advancing our aspirations to become a globally competitive center of excellence in teaching, research, and innovation. The midterm review of the strategic plan was recently completed and reported to the relevant government agencies and the University Council. The review identified both strengths that we need to consolidate and gaps that require to be addressed to stay on course. An important milestone is our endeavor to realize our core mandate was attained last month when the university received the prestigious Gold Tier certification for good financial grant practice. This internationally recognized certification places the university among the select group of African institutions that have demonstrated excellence in financial stewardship and grant management. The certification enhances our credibility and strengthens our competitiveness for international research funding. It also affirms that our research governance meets globally recognized standards. Another milestone achieved this year, Mr. Chancellor, sir, is that KU has been ranked as the #1 university in Kenya for the second consecutive year by the prestigious Times Higher Education Sustainability Impact Rankings, achieving an overall score of 62.3 out of 100, which underscores the institution's deepening commitment to sustainable development, equity, and global partnership. In the same month this year, the university underwent a highly successful external recertification audit of the ISO 9001:2015 standard by SGS Kenya Limited, in which no non-conformity was raised. This affirms our commitment to quality service delivery and continual improvement of our processes and products. Our commitment to research excellence is also reflected in the achievement of the National Phytotherapeutics Research Center hosted at Kenyatta University. The center continues to make significant progress and is now producing high-quality products for the market. Mr. Chancellor, sir, ladies and gentlemen, allow me also to highlight the following key achievements in research and collaborations this year. In February, Kenyatta University was contracted by the World Bank to provide technical assistance to develop a comprehensive teacher training package to strengthen pre-service and in-service teacher training in South Sudan. The same year, Mr. Chancellor, sir, we launched the UNESCO Chair in Inclusive and Sustainable Physical Education and Sports for Community Development in March. KU is now one of the few universities in the world that hosts 2 UNESCO chairs, the other being the UNESCO Chair in Higher Education for a Green Economy and Sustainability. We also initiated the Somali Women's Master's Degree Program dedicated to uplifting 250 Somali women, particularly those aged 15 to 35, by enhancing their access to quality education and vocational training opportunities. We also launched the Harnessing Educational Research and Impact HERI Chair on Life Skills and Value Education, aimed at strengthening research capacity and advancing science evidence-based educational reforms across the region, and this was in April of this year. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me at this juncture to highlight a few areas in which our students and faculty have continued to excel. Robert Kilonso Wambua, a second-year Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science student, brought pride to the university after winning the second prize in the network track at the global finals of the Huawei ICT competition 2025-2026 held in Shenzhen, China. Our law students participated in and won a number of national, regional, and international moot court competitions which focused on arbitration, religious freedom, international trade, international human rights law, and international humanitarian law, among topical issues. At the faculty level, we are also thrilled to celebrate Dr. Patricia Mwangi from the Department of Spatial and Environmental Planning, who was bestowed with the prestigious Edward Dolezal Award at the 2026 International Society for Photogrammetry and Remote Sensing Congress held in Toronto, Canada from 6th to 11th July. The award recognizes Dr. Mwangi's outstanding research-based implementation of geospatial applications. Mr. Chancellor, sir, the confidence the public continues to place in Kenyatta University remains a source of encouragement to us. In September this year, we are preparing to admit 11,244 KUPS students, which is the highest among all universities in the country. The number is expected to rise considerably when we take into account inter-university transfers, which is going to come in our favor, and postgraduate admissions. The remarkable number reaffirms our position as the most preferred public university by students, parents, and guardians across the country. We appreciate this level of confidence and remain committed to providing our students with the transformative educational experience that equips them with the knowledge, skills, values, and the competencies required to thrive in an increasingly complex and dynamic world. We are also committed to continually improve our infrastructure and service to enhance student experience. In relation to this, we have entered into a partnership with the Affordable Housing Board in the State Department for Housing and Urban Development to construct 2 ground and plus 14 floors of modern hostels to accommodate 2,500 students. Groundbreaking was recently conducted for the project, which is expected to be completed next year. I'm also pleased to report that KU is on course in aligning our academic programs in readiness for the competency-based education pioneer cohort expected in 2029, and remain steadfast in our dedication to ensure that our programs remain relevant and responsive to the evolving needs of society and the labor market. Ladies and gentlemen, as a public university, we continue to navigate challenging financial circumstances. Despite this, we remain focused on delivering quality education, supporting research, and maintaining the standards that have made Kenyatta University a respected institution of higher learning. As I conclude, allow me once again to congratulate all our graduates. The knowledge, skills, and values you have acquired place upon you a responsibility to contribute positively to society. Go forth as an ambassador of change. Use your education to address the challenges facing our nation and the world. Build bridges, create opportunities, uphold integrity, and inspire others through your actions. Above all, remain connected to the Kenyatta University community and continue to uphold the values and reputation of the KU brand wherever you go. Finally, I wish to express the university's sincere appreciation to National Bank of Kenya and TVS Motor Company for their generous partnership in recognizing academic excellence through the donation of prizes for the top male and top female graduates of the July 2026 graduating class. This thoughtful gesture is a powerful investment in the future of our graduates and a testament to the value of collaboration between academia and the industry in nurturing the next generation of leaders and innovators. Thank you. God bless you. God bless KU. God bless Kenya. So, Chancellor, sir, pleasure.
All right, welcome back. We are seated, and when we are seated, you know, it's about to get down on very critical discussions. At this moment, we are talking about the state of the nation. How is the country faring post the Al-Kalauba election, and even as we prepare for the 2027 general election? Joining me this morning is Adero Regan, who is a youth leader and ambassador of Two-Term Movement. And we also have Moses Ayecho, who is also a leader, a youth leader, who are joining us this morning to help us delve deeper into the conversation. Now, allow me to have the guests introduce themselves to you. Let me begin with you.
Yes, good morning, our viewers. My name is Moses Ayecho. I am a polymath. I'm a youth leader, an ambassador, a data scientist, and entrepreneur.
All right, thank you so much. Miguel?
Yes, please. Thank you for Sylvia for welcoming us in this today's newspaper review. My name is Adero Regan, born, raised, nurtured in Homa Bay County, a very passionate youth leader in the country, and also currently I represent Ruiru youths, exploring and trying to make them understand their role when it comes to making decisions as far as the government is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that we are at you, Adero,
yeah.
How do you think the country is faring right now?
From what I'm seeing and what is there, I think the country is faring on well. Mm-hmm. According to me, because of reasons that if I can just explain to our viewers. First, in terms of development that we are currently experiencing in our country through our able President William Samoei Ruto. You see, it is the first time, even from the World Bank, has projected our city in the next, by 2030, will be one of the best city in Africa. Mm-hmm. This is because of continuous constructions in the city. And you see, this is now the role of the government, because you see, the city, when it was just left for the governor, something that is uncontrollable. Mm-hmm. That's why you see even I can also give Sakaja credit as compared, you see what he's doing in the city in collaboration with the national government. Okay. Secondly, it is the government we are currently having is the only government where we are seeing all resources being distributed equally to all parts of the nation. So I just want to thank the broad-based government and the present government for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we will be indulging more in terms of even affordable housing, in terms of even road construction. See what's now happening in Mau Summit. There's a lot. Industry. If you go back to in my home county, there was a place where it was just bare because of the swampy. Today, mm-hmm. that place has been changed to rice plantation. So there's a lot the government is doing Yeah, so it is also good to give them credit.
All right.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
according to you, we are just cruising nicely.
We are cruising nicely.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Ayecho?
I beg to differ with Adero completely. Kenya, we are not doing well. If you come from, you use statistics, the rate of unemployment is very high. The economy is not doing well. Corruption is rampant. The society we are living in currently is actually not merit-based. Like once you graduate, like we were watching a few minutes ago, there was a graduation taking place. Once you graduate again, you look for connections. Without it, you can't get anywhere. So to say that we are doing well as a country is actually wrong. The culture we are having, where it is based on who you know and not what you know, is actually wrong. We need a merit-based society such that if you work hard, for example, in school, get your good grades, and then go to secure an internship somewhere, get your skill, then you are hired based on merit, not based on your tribe, not based on who you know. Because if we were to go that way, then there are some things we will discourage. For instance, we will discourage the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. Again, he has talked of roads being built. Yeah, that is the mandate of the government. The government to pay taxes, so they have an obligation to do that. My view is that we are not doing greatly as a nation. Yes.
You've talked of we are in a society that is not merit-based. That is one area that you feel we are not doing well. What other areas are we not doing well as a country?
Well, when you view it objectively, the corruption in Kenya is very alarming. Again, there is no companies being built. So when we look at it from the socio-economic perspective, there are no startups are dying because the economy is doing badly. And statistics can back that.
All right. I would wish for you to clarify with the source of your statistics.
Yes.
But all right. Let's get to the newspapers that you're having this morning. Most of the papers that you're having this morning are related to what transpired last week before, during, and after the Olkalau by-elections. And the Standard are talking of the post, but let's get to the during the election before we get to the post the election. The Daily Nation are talking of untouchables. They are talking of a team from DCI headquarters still waiting for complainants to file reports, and they have given several number plates of vehicles that were seen during the riots or during the unrest that was witnessed in Olkalau. They're saying that 4 days after armed hooded men in flashy vehicles unleashed terror on residents during the Olkalau by-election last Thursday, there have been no arrests yet. Police are also yet to summon the registered owners of vehicles captured in the chaotic scene, including an MP, as well as several individuals caught on camera appearing to engage in voter bribery and other electoral offences to record statements. This had raised questions as to whether the latest investigation will stall, like over a dozen others involving violent gangs attacking unarmed civilians. So, Daily Nation, the Daily Nation is a production of the Nation Group, and they released a report 2 days ago, I think, if I'm not wrong, and they had trails of different individuals who were in during the campaigns, issuing money, after during the campaigns disrupting DCP vehicles, and during the campaigns the same vehicles that were seen during the campaigns distributing money are the same vehicles that were also seen during the chaos. Now, this brings us to our questions of what they're asking the untouchables. You've said that, Regan, that the country we are faring on well, but being in a situation where all this happened in broad daylight, but still no arrests have been made in terms of security, do you really believe that we are going to the right direction?
Yes, thank you, Sylvia, for that question. I think in politics, we have different scripts. So from where I stand, you see, we are waiting for the report from the DCI. It is still not yet out. So we cannot sit here and conclude that these goons were from the government side or opposition side. But as the opposition people are saying that these goons were sponsored by the government, that's according to what they think, according to the opinion, and we should also respect other people's opinion because we are in a democratic country.
This is not just an opinion, because we are talking of individuals. If the nation group can trace individuals in the campaign,
there is
during
no
the campaign.
problem. The question is, are these individuals sponsored by the government or not? No, I have not refused that there were goons. But now the question comes in, were these goons sponsored by the government or the opposition? Because there's a reason why I'm saying that. You see, there's a time, and I really like this governor of Murang'a County in terms of performance and everything. And there's a time he wanted to come with Linda Mwananchi in Ol Kalou. But now you see, they are both pro one-term chant, right? But you see now, the chief opposition, I don't know, name it, Rigathi Gachagua, wanted him not to come to Ol Kalou. And this somebody, in terms of track record, is a good leader, somebody who can share the ideas to the people, as opposed to this one-term chant you usually see around. But you see now, on a live television, Rigathi saying, don't come, you don't know the local politics of Ol Kalou. Then, the following day, when they are having the same rally in the same country, they are being attacked. Now you ask yourself, was this sponsored? You see, sometimes you need to add 1 + 1, you get 2. And if you can't add that, you overthink, you will get 11. So those people who overthought by then will say government sponsored the coup. But from my side, because you are warned, and you see, this is politics. This is just a script, because somebody somewhere doesn't want somebody to get the mileage. They want just to have that, the kingship thing of the region. And you have just to do everything. It's politics. Then you blame it to the government just to be relevant. Yeah.
I'd love for you to make our viewers understand, but I will get to Ayecho first.
Yeah.
How you still want to investigate someone who is seen on a UDA campaign issuing money, a vehicle seen on a UDA campaign issuing money, the same vehicle seen with armed should I say guns? Let's just say guns, because police officers are supposed to be in uniform. The same vehicle that is seen on UDA campaign is the same vehicle that is seen on unrest during the elections with armed goons. So how is this overthinking, Ayecho?
No, you see, politics doesn't work like that. Politics is theatrics. Gachagua is a good communicator, you need to know that. And communication is less about words and more about action. So me, I come from the perspective that Gachagua could have choreographed the whole thing to play victim in order to win sympathy. Because, you know, Gachagua is fighting to take control of Mount Kenya. So in that way, he can be playing these games so that people can see that William Ruto is trying to fight him and attack him in order to gain popularity. So in my view, I think Ruto did not interfere with the Ol Kalou by-election. All that drama was planned by Gachagua in order to gain popularity. You remember even before during the Olkalau by-election, was it on Thursday? Last week. Before even the results were announced, at 3 p.m., Gachagua called for a press briefing. That is like playing a victim to gain sympathy. And sympathy sells in politics. Yeah.
All right. Now that both of you are agreeing that Gachagua might have planned this on himself, why is it, my question is, why is it that the government is doing very little to have these people arrested? Because the number plates were visible, some of their faces were visible, but why is it that the government is reluctant in taking action?
The government is not reluctant. Maybe that is what the media is reporting. You also need to understand that the media is biased. The government is mandated to protect the citizens as per the country, as per the constitution, but their reluctance can be attributed to the fact that maybe they are doing verification. You can't just arrest somebody. Maybe the intention was not to cause havoc. Because in Olkalau is in Nyandarua, and Nyandarua currently those people are in opposition. They are not pro William Ruto. Yes. So it's not that the government doesn't want to arrest them. It could be that there is some underlying investigations to verify the facts.
Me together with the viewers do not understand both of you, because the goons, I don't know if goons is the right word to use, was seen shooting towards the police officers. So if a crime is committed against police officers who are supposed to protect the citizens, how safe are citizens then if that is a situation that takes that long to handle? Let me get a comment from
so you see, who sent those police officers there? The government, right? And you see now the goons comes in and start attacking the police officer who was sent by the government. So from where you sit, do you think it makes sense when we say this is now the government-sponsored goons? Well, they're attacking the government, which has sent them there to protect their lives, because it's the role of the government.
The reason I'm asking that...
You see, the Daily Nation has given out their report. So we are also waiting for the government also to give their report. And we can also say now the report for the Daily Nation, now we want to subject us that now that is the true report. Remember,
get your mic closer.
Remember the DCI were never involved when the Daily Nation were doing their investigation. And so me, from where I sit as a Kenyan citizen, I will only trust the report from the DCI and then the Kenyan government, which I believe they are capable of doing, and they will protect Kenyan lives.
And before you ask another question, remember there are many ants who are anti-Ruto. One of them is the former president. He's against William Ruto. And then there's Gachagua. So Ouru was also a very smart politician, yet the least studied. So it could be that this goons have.
Please use your mic.
It could be that this goons have an upper hand supporting them, and that's why it becomes difficult to arrest them. We can't run away from that.
But it's also unfortunate.
All right.
People were attacked. Yeah.
Fair enough. I see your comments are really pampering the government, but it's okay. We'll wait for the DCI report. I don't know when that will be coming forth, because we've seen what has been happening. Yesterday, the DPP released a report indicating that the video footages, and they were saying that Albert Ojwang was killed in police custody. In page 3 of this paper, they are saying that state prosecutors have told a court the death of teacher and blogger Albert Ojwang in custody followed assault by police officers who sought to cover up the murder. So this is still a question on the security of Kenyan citizens. And now the question that I'm posing unto you gentlemen is how efficient is our our investigative agencies, that is our justice system, from the police to the DCI to the to the courts, because we've seen prosecutions that are happening. They're taking a very long time. The time that Albert Ojwang died and now is a very long time.
Yes.
So that means that if we were to get justice for what transpired in Ol Kalou as well, we'll as well wait until 2027 is when we will find this this case mentioned, or probably a credible evidence that shall be presented. So how confident should we be with our current justice system?
Yes, thank you so much. I think the issue is in the court, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see, me, I'm just a microbiologist. I'm not a judge. So let's give the court the humble time to do the investigation. I'm very happy that things keep on unveiling each and every day, which is positive to normal mwananchi. From where I said, Albert Ojwang was killed because he was carried from their hometown, tortured and everything. And now, yesterday, the CCTV footage that were deleted were recovered. I think that is a good move. And from there, let's just wait. We see if government, for the first time, with such an evidence, will just do nothing as far as that case is concerned. But now that it is in the court, let us just wait for the court's proceedings and the outcomes of the court.
All right, Ayecho.
I'm also of the view that we give court their time to make a decision, but going forward, the leaders, the executive and the judiciary and the parliament should not fear. You know, for you to kill somebody for just a mere Facebook post signals fear. Just fear even that what he was posting could influence public opinion. But for now, there being no facts I have with respect to the case, let us just wait for the determination of the court.
And now that the law is taking its course, it's a clear evidence that the government doesn't interfere with the law enforcement and investigation, as you say, Ol Kalou and everything. Yes. So this is a clear evidence that the law is now prevailing to protect its citizens.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a look at the aftermath of the by-elections, and we have the Standard. The Standard are talking of panic in the Valley, and they're talking of President William Ruto after the elections. The DCP win was like a shock to his 2027 campaigns, and now he's back to the Rift Valley with the leaders allied to him urging residents to register as voters in order to secure the 2027 general election. Some say that this is just a mere by-election, and it is not in any way a precursor of what will happen in 2027. But then again, elections are not just by-elections, DCP is a very young party which managed to get above 80% of the votes in the region, despite voter bribery that we saw from the government. Don't tell me that was not voter bribery, because there was so much that was presented during that period in form of cash, in form of materials and everything. So despite the government's capacity, the DCP, being a young party, managed to clinch the win, or to have its first-born member of parliament as a first win for the party. Now, from where you sit, do you associate yourself with the Standard headline, "Panic in the Valley"?
I don't know why we are hyping this Ol Kalou by-elections as if this is the only by-election that we have had. We have had around 10 by-elections.
Let me tell you why we are really talking about this.
Yeah.
DCP is a young party, and it's managed to outdo a ruling party. That is why it is hyped.
Okay, there's no problem with that. You see, there could be a panic. Yes. But now the question now comes in. You see, in Kenya, we don't vote because you are a good leader, which is wrong. Kenyans, more so to now Olkalau, where now is from central region. If you study their voting pattern, they vote against someone, not because the person they are voting is a good leader. The person they voted sold for them their good ideas and good manifesto. Tell me, if you are keenly comparing the manifesto of the two, the UDA candidate and the DCP candidate, I would rather voted for the UDA candidate because he had some agenda. We need to have the government so that I can go and lobby for roads and everything. You see, that guy had some manifesto as compared to DCP candidate who will come and the only thing they could do was to sing Kamau, Kamau, Kamau and everything one term. Actually, the attack was not directed to the DCP, to the UDA candidate, I mean. Their attack was directed to the president, William Ruto. So the UDA candidate failed because he associated himself with the president. And now, president has become their enemy simply because of betrayal, not bad governance. And see, we should discuss as youths, we should be in a position to discuss the good governance, the good project that the government is doing, and what do we want as the Kenyan youth and as Kenyan citizens as a whole. Not because wewe ulitoa mtu wetu. You see the good thing, I don't know how Kenyans usually see this. Last week is when Rigathi Gachagua said the reason why he fall out with the president was because the president started engaging the ODM brigades. Not because the president was not doing the work as per the constitution in terms of development and governance. So sometimes I think we also need to go out there and talk to our youths that it is the right time that we should have leaders who can deliver. Not that we are going to vote someone because he's not associating with someone. That's my take. Yeah.
Fair enough. And right here on Biashara Tuesday, we are always saying that it's high time as young people we stop voting for political parties.
Yes.
Despite the fact that there are vehicles to power, because you cannot move masses without one.
Sure.
Let me get your views, Ayecho. Do you associate with yourself with the view that the president camp is in panic?
Yes. Due to three reasons. One, the by-election, the Olkalau by-election was a communication to the president. Number two, it could have been that it was designed by the state to happen like that. Thirdly, it could have been a way of making Gachagua popular in Mount Kenya. So let me explain why. It was a communication that the Mount Kenya region the people of the mountain have left William Ruto completely. Because if you saw the margin, it was 35,000 and the second person garnered 5,000 votes. So that was a communication that we don't want you. Number two, it could have been state engineered. Why am I saying so? Elections are usually won on narratives. In 2022, Professor Mutai Ngunyi coined the term Hustler Nation for William. So then when Ruto was going around the country, he was telling them, you know, I'm your hustler. I came from nothing and I'm going to stay. So that really excited most Kenyans. So why am I saying it was state engineered? The only way William Ruto can be elected in 2027, is the 42 versus 1 narrative. That is the only way. Any other narrative will not sell. And that's why last week, but when I said here that if the United Opposition were to rally behind Sifuna, Gachagua, Kalonzo, Matiang'i and Uhuru say Sifuna tosha, then Ruto will be home before 6 a.m. But if the way he's trying to do is trying to caricature in a way to look like Kikuyu versus the rest of other Kenyans, what Raila did in 2007. But this time that narrative will succeed. I see him coming. That's the only way, that is his only route to power. Because in politics, people vote against something. People do not vote for something. So now, let me just finish. Now that we've had, okay, I'm not tribal. Let me just give a disclaimer. But I have my own opinion. Since independence, we've had 5 presidents, Ruto being the 5th, but 3 of them are from the one region, Kenyatta, Kibaki, and Uhuru, and 2 are from the Kalenjin region. Tugen, Moi was from Tugen, and many say Ruto is a Nandi. So going by that narrative, then it will be so easy to convince somebody from Western or Kisii that you've not been there. And the mountain people have been there. Now let us vote against them. It will be so easy to convince somebody from Somali, northeastern part of the region, that you see the reason you are underdeveloped is because you've been dancing in the periphery. You've not been close to centers of power. That narrative is what William Ruto will use to win his 2027 re-election. Yes.
But you agree that there is panic in the UDA camp?
Yes. He has panicked. You know, if you lose Mount Kenya voting bloc as a whole, it's a threat. Because even if you go to some parts of Western, the Mulembe Nation, I won't say they are really pro-Ruto, going by what I know on the ground. And the Luo Nation is 50-50. The Kalenjin Nation is 70-30. The Kamba Nation I can't say. But now Ruto is trying to make it not Ruto, but rather there's a plan by the state to engineer that 42 versus 1. And to me it will succeed.
All right. Now there is also something to note. The Star talking of an ease grips Matiang'i camp as Gusii allies align with Edwin Sifuna. The likes of Senator Onyonka are now aligning with Edwin Sifuna. Does this also serve as a threat to probably Matiang'i or the unity of the united opposition from your perspective?
Sylvia, politics about interest. When you don't serve my interest, I will badmouth. And when now you serve my interest, you will come my malaika, something like that. That's why you see, if because you see Matiang'i is Jubilee, let me say Jubilee, once you are a presidential candidate of a party, meaning you are like a party leader. Now Matiang'i, from where I stand, Matiang'i has not that political muscles to influence Kenyans to vote for him. And that's why it's like, for example, you see, people sometimes do say charity begins at home. That's why even from Nyanza, we have somebody like Orengo, governor of Siaya. Orengo has declared that he will go for the top seat. But you see, he has no majority, because from where we sit, we feel that he has not that muscles. And that's why you see, we are aligning with somebody who has that political muscles to take us. If we leave the governance aside, now we are talking about the politics. Now talk of Matiang'i. They filled a candidate in Olkalau. The candidate got how many votes? Less than 1,000 votes.
Insignificant.
That's the person who wants to vie for the presidency. And let me tell you, that's why I'm saying this is a party the party leader was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, that has they are bringing Matiang'i to come and vice the president. If these people had interest of Matiang'i, they would go and campaign for their candidate even in Olkalau. What are we trying to say? Even Uru, from where he sits, he has accepted that no, the kingship is now left for Rigathi Gachagua. And Matiang'i, Kisii votes are yes, if at 1 million, surely. And you see, politics are about numbers. You see, so from where I sit, even Matiang'i himself knows that no, it is impossible unless he deputize someone. At least it can work like that. But Matiang'i himself, no. That's why Onyonka is saying, oh, this is just a joker. Let's go for Sifuna. Still somebody was that political muscle. And Sifuna, from where he is, he has not declared that he wants this presidency. This is just Gen Z engineered slogans as always. The other day it was Senator of Busia. The other day it was Babu Owino kwa sababu. Today is Sifuna, sisi ndio Sifuna. I don't know if tomorrow it will be Adele Reagan. So you see, this Gen Z thing can really make you to be hyped in an extent that you are a demigod somehow. But now see, even in Olkalau, people, majority voters there were millennials who are voting. These people are just yapping online. That's why even Sifuna, from where he sits, he fears that these people are chanting me season the Sifuna. Majority of them are Gen Zs. But are these people really genuine with what they are saying in terms of now waking up very morning during that voting day to go and vote me in? There's still a question that we need to ask ourselves as Gen Zs. Let's just stop shouting online, but what we are doing on ground that should make that change we are championing is not there.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me get your sentiments regarding the opposition as well.
In my vernacular, there's a saying that Jiluo Geno, loosely translated to mean people follow success. So Matiang'i has no euphoria, has no political euphoria in Kenya. He doesn't have that thing that he can use to convince Kenyans that, I did this, now make me a president. He doesn't have it. But now Onyonka aligning with Sifuna, I think the country is ready for young tax. Only that we need systemic changes where it is not how much you have, nor your background, nor your community that determines where you can reach. And Sifuna is that candidate. People, he is a potential. That's why people are following him. Otherwise, if Kenyans. Otherwise, if he were nothing, I think I'm expressing a subjunctive mood. If he were nothing, we wouldn't be here talking about him. Although he may not succeed in 2027, but he has a future in Kenya. William Ruto may still succeed in 2027 because of how the system is.
There's nothing like this.
When the lake flows to the valley, the mountain is not seen. Remember that.
All right. Let me get away from politics. I want to get your opinions on a very interesting story that is on the page 2 of the Daily Nation. They're saying that students kill parents for bigger varsity scholarships. More than 200,000 students have begun applying for scholarship, help ahead of September intake. And the University Fund CEO says that most young people kill their parents. Like, you are having your documents and saying, your parents died, blah, 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 just to get more funding. I want to get your opinion. How does this make you feel as a Kenyan citizen, especially with the education system, with the various changes in the funding model and all that? How does this make you feel as a young person?
I think from where I sit, I'm not a beneficiary of the new funding model, but I've get to learn some few things about the new funding model, so that at least I can also as well explain to my younger brothers and sisters back at home. It is the idea itself was a good idea, but the way the implementation of the model somehow was not good from where I sit. The mistake, I don't know, the committee which sat down and came up with the model that students now should be placed in different bands. Sometimes you have only one parent and you have one child. Somebody who is a teacher and somebody has two parents who are teachers. You see, when you are employed, you are being placed in a band so that you pay more school fees, because maybe they think that your parents are able to pay your school fees because they are employed. So tell me, how much salary is a teacher earning? Just for example. And now you see, I'm being graded or I'm being placed in a band based on the information that I've given individually. So they will not ask me how many kids are back at home that my parents are really struggling to pay for their school fee. No, that is not being included. So sometimes you are employed, but you are in a family, you are like even 6 kids. Some are in high school, 2 are in campus. Then you are being placed based on individual information. Do you have both parents? Yes. Are your parents employed? Yes. Okay, your parents can manage your school fee. I think that one is good. And that's why you see even some students are now forging that, one of my parents are, and that's what is bringing that. And so I can at least request the government also to look out into that.
Possible reforms in the education sector. All right.
I disagree with them. In data analytics, we talk about machine learning, and we talk also about something called logistic regression, where we learn from your historical data to inform your future decision. So before these students are put in bands, we even assess M-Pesa messages. That's something you can't fake. If the teacher is employed, we assess the salary, and we also look at whether the teacher has a business. And how will we know that information? Through KR. So the amount of tax you pay will inform us your level of income. So to me, I think the idea is good, and the implementation is also good. Only that people need to also shift their mindset from just going to the university. We now have enough supply of labor. All we now need are job creators, my honest opinion. Because you don't need a degree to create a job. That is the reality. I'm not saying people should not work hard in school, but people need to be exposed early so that even after Form 4, your mind is open, you can see something you do, and not necessarily relying on a degree to survive. The logic of going to university and having degrees was useful in the 80s and 70s. At that time, Kenya was still young, but the majority of the population was illiterate. So it was good for majority to go to where? University, so that they could take up civil service roles. But now the government needs to come up with a way of minimizing those who go to university, so that university education can regain its value. And that's why I think it is coming up with this strategy, not even CBC, this strategy, so that if a parent is capable of paying for his or her kid's education, then the parent will make that decision. If the parent and the kid agrees that the kid can maybe run a business and start early, it is also a decision they can make. So I think that route is okay. Maybe it needs some some small modifications, but overall it is a good strategy.
All right. I think what we need to do as a country is to engineer our own curriculum, because the curriculum that you're having, if you look online, you'll get 7-year-old kids performing mechanics in different countries, but back at home the story is very different. So I think the re-engineering of education system will work. Okay. Now let me get final remarks from you. You can choose any story that you feel relates with you in the paper, or generally a general review of the current state of our nation as a final remarks. Let me begin from you, Regan.
Thank you to our viewers. I want to take this opportunity to first thank you for having us on board today. Secondly, allow me say this. We are heading to 2027. Please, Kenyans, let us vote ideas, let us vote manifestos, let us vote the track records of someone. Why? There's no how you are coming to vie for a position when your track records, your previous track records were pathetic. My point. So, from where I sit, my final remarks. Please, let us compare these governments. From your government, and when I'm saying that I'm supporting William Ruto, that does not guarantee you to go and vote for that your MCA, because your MCA is also support of William Ruto, your senator, because development starts from that MCA. So when you elect bad governance, you will cry and you will still blame it on William Samoei Ruto, yet that guy is really doing his work. Thank you.
That is a conversation that the opposition do not want to talk about. They only want to talk of one term, and this guy is a bad person, so
which is just chanting. You see, from where no idea at all.
All right. Ayecho?
Thank you very much. I think story on page 16 relates well with me. Data center battles now reviving up politics worldwide. Why does that story relate with me? Around 200 or 150 young Kenyans received the Nyota funds. But there are some pledges that Governor Sakaja and the President made that they will be given 2 years waiver, that they will not pay license for 2 years after having received the funds. Please, President and Governor Sakaja, keep your promises and fulfill them. Again, why is the story relating well with me? We need to support the culture of innovation, technology, big data, and entrepreneurship. Because we have a lot of young Kenyans coming out of university every year, but then there is no jobs being created. That will become a crisis even to the 6th president of Kenya. There will be a new wave, and that time it will be Gen Alphas. So priority should be job creation. The president and the other players need to prioritize that and come up with a amicable manifesto that they are willing to implement. Otherwise, going forward, let us not follow rhetoric, let us not follow tribe, let us follow individuals, and we know how to assess individuals. Let us follow ideas, and let us be honest and men of impeccable integrity and unquestionable characters. Thank you very much, KUTV. My name is Moses Ayecho.
All right. I think what you gentlemen have said is evident from the comments that I'm seeing online from our online viewers. We have Wahoo saying that watching from Ruiru Shore iko lit, kuwakumbusha tu huku tunatembea na helmet. I think you've heard the story. You are a representative from Ruiru. Apparently, you guys have a zombie person.
We will protect you, don't worry. Government has a bigger hand.
All right. We have Marlon saying that I think the Ol Kalou by-election was a statement we Kenyans might vote against a person, but can it be an indication towards 2020? I think that's a question. Saying that we Kenyans might vote against a person, but can it be an indication towards 2027?
Yes, it can be a precursor.
Respond to that just briefly. Hold on to that question. We also have Wakiuru saying that Adero should open his eyes and see what is really happening in the country. We have someone else saying that, that is Mamu saying that the president is doing a very excellent job. We are lucky to have him as our leader. We have someone saying, I love the conversation, especially on what Regan has been saying, enjoying the show from Muranga. So you have mixed reactions from our online viewer, Adero. We have someone saying that we just need to see justice prevail in the case of murder of Albert Ojwang with respect to the new evidence in book. We have Fanny saying that she's watching live. Let me see if we have questions that are here. Adero, you're really congratulated here. I'm seeing Adero, good job, and so many good comments. Someone saying that as a head of state, do you think the president is aware of the injustices happening in the country? For instance, during the elections in Ol Kalou. Question for Adero. So you'll respond to the question that was asking, could this be an indication? We as Kenyans might vote against a person, but can it be an indication towards 2027? Ayecho, you'll respond to that. And then Adero, you'll respond to the question that has been directed to you, asking, do you think the president is aware of the injustices happening in the country? For instance, during the elections in Ol Kalou. Let me begin with you, Ayecho.
Yes, this can be a precursor of 2027 if and only if the united opposition will be united behind somebody outside Mount Kenya. That will resonate well with most Kenyans. But if it were to be the usual story that somebody from Mount Kenya were to be the leading or the presidential candidate, that will make it easy for William Ruto to come back. My ugly view.
All right. Adero?
Yes, a good question. You see, the fact that maybe the president might be aware doesn't guarantee him to interfere with independent bodies, which is mandated to do this investigation. See, president cannot just come from somewhere and say, arrest that guy who was having a gun, arrest that guy who threw the stone. It is the role of this independent body like IPOA, DCI to do the investigation. If we are really following the Constitution of Kenya as it should be, the independent body should now do that work. You see, president can just come and say, arrest that nini, and you don't know. You see, sometimes us, we are being just used as our vessels. Why are we doing this investigation? Somebody might, because you see, there's no single day that Adero will wake up and carry stone and go throw it to Sylvia because we are in the different political parties or we are political views. It is there's some forces behind, and that's why we have investigation agency. If it were not that, then we could just go and pick those people and now take them to court and things go like that.
All right. Thank you so much. And I think that is something that we've mentioned so much here, that we should be voting leaders, so that, because if you're asking about a question of injustices, what you should be directing the question to is the police. We should be directing our questions to the DCI, but which is independent. Yes, because of the propaganda that you've been filled in, we're always asking the president. Of course, the buck stops with the president, but I think we should first question the right people. Sure. Questioning the MPs because they vetted someone to get in office. That is where we should first begin from before we get to questioning the leaders. Now that brings us to the end. Our time is up. My director is telling me that muda wetu umetupa kisogo. So that is all we had for you on this 21st day of July 2026. Until next time, it's bye from us. My name is Anyango, Sylvia.